Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we're doing a little smoky neutral with a pop of color moment. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. What's up everybody? Today I'm doing a little neutral with a pop of color, and I felt like this was a very nice, I felt really pretty look. I used about 3 palettes for it, so I'm just going to jump in and get started. So I have my lid primed already, and I'm going to be taking the ever elusive brushes. I'm going to be taking the Sigma E25 brush and the Pure and rawbeautykristi palette. I'm going to go ahead and go into copper boxes and just run that through the crease. I'm not going to take it all, I don't know why I said that. I'm not going to take it all the way to the inner corner as I usually do, but I'm just going to really just apply it into the crease on the outer bit and about halfway through. I'm also working on a pictorial of this look. I just have to get the bottom lashes taken care, or the bottom lash line taken care of, and add some lashes. So I'll have that on my Instagram sometime. It may be up by now, just depends. And you could save that, then it would help me out a lot. And if you want to, and it will also just be like in your saved stuff on Instagram for if you ever just want to look back and see a step-by-step pictorial. Now I don't feel like those are like me like giving a whole step-by-step like I'm doing now, but you know, it's there for ease or convenience, I don't know. But I'm just taking this and I'm doing a little back and forth windshield wiper motion. I'm gonna winging it out just a little bit and really getting that blended. Get about halfway. It's gonna look a little wild for a second, but we're gonna get it nice and blended and add this little pop here. I don't know what it is lately. I have not really known what I wanted to do. I want to do something colorful, but I think about it too much and I'm like, so I'm going to take the same Sigma E25 brush. I'm going to go into B. I think I said, told you was the one I used yesterday when I did this. And yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I used B. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to apply it to the outer corner of my eye and just blend it with copper boxes. And I'm going to run it through the deep crease as well and take it only about halfway using windshield wiper motions. I'm just kind of patting it down on that outer corner of the lid. So right here, if you wanted to skip this next step and just keep it purely with the brown shades to keep it on the more natural kind of side and less smoky, then you could just take some more copper boxes and blend it out, and then I'm gonna use my whole heart. But here's where I'm going to do, I can't really do neutral. Like, it's really out of my comfort zone. This was out of my comfort zone. But I'm gonna take the Smoke Show palette, which I think they changed the name of it to Blow and Smoke. And I'm gonna take the ColourPop E10 brush, and then I'm gonna go into Let's Do It. And I'm just gonna apply that to the outer corner of my eye as well to give it some smokiness. And I'm just going to blend those together. I'm not going to take it out just too super far, but I'm also just going to take it out almost as far as that B shade. Now what I'm really trying to do is pat this down and kind of like gently blend it outwards just a little bit. I'm gonna run it to about the outer third of my lid. So to blend that out, I'm just gonna take I'm just gonna take a little fluffy brush like this and a little bit more B, just a tiny bit. I'm gonna blend it. So this isn't really related to makeup, but I have a Alanis Morissette song stuck in my head. It made me think that on my phone on iTunes. Last night it told me their pre-order song off of Knucklepuck's new album that's gonna come out in about 2 months was available, and it says purchased, but it won't let me listen to it. It's like, why iTunes? I just want to listen to the boys, okay? Anyway, that was something that I was like, but I listened to it on YouTube, so that was okay. Because I guess their record label uploaded it. Anyway, I'm going to take the Sigma E25 brush, a little bit more of copper boxes, and just gently blend. I just wanted to get a little bit of smoke with this because I am really into dramatic looks, but this is almost like subtly dramatic in a sense, I guess. So I'm just blending that, flicking it out a little bit. And for this part, I'm just gonna clean off the Sigma E25 brush and go into my whole heart and get that nice and on there. Top off the excess. Now for the inner part of the lid, I'm just gonna run this through the crease the rest of the way to blend out copper boxes. I almost said copper boxes. I don't know what is that? But I'm just gonna do a little blendy blend, and I'm also gonna take it out to soften that towards the outer part of the lid as well. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more of B and just very gently blend that with that shade from the Smoke Show palette. Take it out a little bit farther than that shade from that palette. Doing little windshield wiper motions. Now I'm taking the ABH A14 brush and a little bit more of that Let's Do It shade, and I'm going to get that gently blended a little bit more, but I'm gonna really elongate that outer corner, kind of like I'm doing a winged liner. I'm gonna take it about halfway in as well and just do that. I'm gonna clean this brush off and go into B and just a tiny bit, tap off the excess, and really just kind of focus that blending there. I'm going to take that Sigma E25 brush with just the tiniest bit of copper boxes, and I'm going to blend that. This is exactly why neutrally looks are out of my comfort zone, because I feel like I've just made a muddy mess. But it does kind of come together. So I'm going to clean this brush off again, and I'm going to go into my whole heart, and I'm really just going to focus that on making this line right here with the copper box shade and all that, make it less harsh, more blended, cleaner. Ooh, she coming together. Alright, I'm going to take a tiny bit of that Let's Do It shade on this brush and really just tap off that excess and touch up where it has lost a little bit of its drama. Now, usually when I do something to try to make it smoky, like a little smoky eye moment, I like to do the trick that the tip that Bailey Sarian says she does, and use like a black liner and smudge it. That way it's more dramatic and like just bolder. But I felt like if I were to do that, then it would be almost too much. So I just kind of wanted to have like that little tiny bit of smoke instead of so dramatic. But if you wanted to do that, then you could do it before you lay down anything, like just get your primer and stuff, like prime the lid and then apply the black to like the outer a little bit and then like blend it down, but don't take it very far up, just as far as you're gonna take the black shade, and that will help it to be more bold, and it really just makes it like have less of a, I've noticed with trying to do smoky eyes, you can lose some of the pigment from the black and it kind of creases a little bit, but by applying that eyeliner, it really does help keep it there. It's like locked in. So that's something that I'm so glad that I know about now. So if you wanted to do that, then you definitely could. Long-winded way about that. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of this ABH eye primer, take a little flat brush. I'm going to kind of cut the crease out. I'm going to probably take away a little bit of this Let's Do It shade. And I'm going to just make sure I got the crease carved out the way that I wanted to. And then I'll add a little bit more of the Let's Do It to blend the shades. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about instead of just blabbing too much. So about like this, nothing too crazy, like not usually how not how I normally do things. I usually take a micellar water soaked Q-tip and wipe, but I mean it just has a little bit of primer and we didn't really get anything. It was just a lighter shade, that way you know you can just do it and apply the shades. But I did get a little messy on this inner corner, so I will be taking my finger to really just kind of tap that. And I'm going to take I cleaned off my ColourPop E10 brush. I'm going to take just a little bit of my whole heart, and where I got a little bit shaky and messy, I'm going to just really like fix it. And so I got it a little farther down than I wanted to. So all I'm going to do is really just touch it up. So now for the fun part. I have a tutorial using the mcgrath Blitz astralquad in Nocturnal Nirvana, and if you are interested, I will have it linked down below. But that is what I'll be. Come on, ring light. Okay, so my ring light has pretty well given up on me for right now. So for this part, the lighting's gonna suck, and I so apologize because that is very frustrating. I am gonna have a different light situation, hopefully pretty soon. I'm researching on some lights and camera and editing stuff, so hopefully I'm getting an upgrade pretty soon. But for this part, I'm just gonna take my Luxie small shader brush and go into VR Emerald. And as I was trying to say before I did that, is I'm going to link that tutorial down below for if you're interested. I know that this is pretty pricey, but the formula is amazing. So it was worth the money. But I'm just going to apply it more towards the center and take it out a little bit towards the outer corner. But please, please, when I say, please believe me on this one, because I know it's like, that's expensive. But I thought for the longest, like, oh my gosh, I'll never own anything mcgrath. I can't see myself spending that much money on it. For the VR Emerald shade is why I got the palette, and every shade in this quad is the most literal, beautiful, shimmery. When I get out in the sun with this, it's just like it's like I have emeralds on my eyes. So I'm just gonna clean this brush off, and I'm going to use the Incandescent Gold 003, and I'm gonna get it nice and loaded up, and I'm gonna take it and add it to the inner corner area and kind of, oh my gosh, it's like butter. I'm gonna add it and get it kind of blended with the VR Emerald, but I'll be going back in with it to really mesh them together. I'm just taking a little bit more of that VR Emerald, and I'm going to blend the two. Now I'm just going to take a little bit more of that Let's Do It shade from the Smoke Show palette, and I'm going to use the ColourPop E10 brush, and I'm going to just blend that with the VR Emerald shade. Just gonna take a little bit of my whole heart on this ColourPop E10 brush. I just cleaned it off and I'm gonna run it through that inner corner crease area. I'm gonna take a tiny bit more of Copper Boxes on the ColourPop E1 brush and just give it a little blend. And take a little bit more of my whole heart with that same brush, just clean it off and really get it a nice blend. Now I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of micellar water on a Q-tip and I'm gonna clean up right here on the outer corner of my lid. And where I have now messed that foundation and concealer up, I'm just gonna take my sponge and tap that right underneath my lid. Just to touch that up. To smoke out my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking the Pure Cosmetics On Point Eyeliner in Down to Earth and applying that to my waterline. With this ColourPop E10 brush, I'm going to take a tiny bit of B and run it through the lower lash line as well. Next, I'm going to take Copper Boxes to kind of blend that out. And to soften that up, I'm going to take my whole heart on a small fluffy brush and blend that. And for my inner corner highlight, I use my Ofra Cosmetics Pillow Talk highlighter, and I hit pan on this. I have two more because this is my favorite. I know I'm not looking at you guys right this second, but I have a specific brush that I like to do this with, and I didn't set it out for myself. But this is the BH Cosmetics number 6 brush, I do believe. Yeah, that's got to be what it is. I've used it so much, the writing is going. So I'm just gonna take that and apply it to the inner corner. Alright, she popping. I'm just gonna go pop on some mascara and some lashes and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I definitely went out of my comfort zone because it's neutral, but I also really love it just for the pop of green. I mean, using the mcgrath shimmer shade from the Blitz Astralquad. Oh my gosh. Nocturnal Nirvana is the one that I have, and there's like 2 other ones and they look really pretty. But yes, so let me know what you'd like to see next down below. I'll have my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified on when I upload, please hit the notification bell, and as soon as I upload, you'll be in the know. So also, please, if you'd like to be featured, use the hashtag #SlightlyUnblended on Instagram, and it'll give you a chance to be featured in the upcoming video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye.